you would think that in a format with Prison and Lianon and Heart Lulu, that the Peace Reliant aggro deck that plays heavy metal and Blind Go First Win would not work. Unfortunately, the Blind Go First Win now has a guy that does everything on turn 2. So, I don't know anymore. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mr. here. Today we are back to talk about Youthberk, Skyfall Arms Rebuild though. But hilariously, he's not the star of the show anymore. We have 2 new cards from DZBT11. These 2 guys, and they are the face of the thumbnail for good reason. These 2 grade 2s have single-handedly shaped the entire Youthberk deck from being generic power with Gelatin to playing such strong engaging cards that it's genuinely unfair. I tend to cover Youthberk whenever it actually becomes meta, so that's how I know I'm actually scared of myself. There is no Nier in this video. Nier is not with us today. But instead, I have someone way worse. Today, we have MCrafter3000. Welcome back, welcome back.
Hello.
So, I heard you did pretty well with Youthberk, you and your team. So, congratulations to all of you playing Youthberk. But now it's even worse because you guys have a great...
Grade 2 gamer.
Okay, today we're going to spend this video to explain to you why these 2 cards are so sickening and why Youthberk is winning most of the ultimates and WGPs that he now sets his sight on. But what has changed from this deck despite being a huge power central, Vanguard with, this thing, and then you straight away just play now a whole bunch of random grade 2s that involve Catapult, the infamous Catapult. So we're going to show you how these 2 in-archetype cards have really, changed Youthberk. I would say for the better if you're a Youthberk player, but for the worst, but for the worst if you're the opponent. So
yes,
yeah, let's get right into that. I will put a link in the description for the previous Youthberk video to explain to you most of the fundamentals of Youthberk. I will go through the list, but very frankly speaking, we are not going to include any explanations yet because this deck is still brain dead. It is and will always be brain dead. If you ever find a Youthberk player saying, I need to think when he's playing, he's not thinking. He's not thinking. He's generally stalling. Okay, so we'll just go through the list, and then when we reach these 2, we'll spend our time to talk about it. Okay. Actually, why don't we just talk about it right now? Yeah. So first and foremost, our new cards are Etnifet and
Basalton.
Basalton, the guy that looks like Crow Hogan. So, all right.
Okay. So we'll go with Basalton first. So Basalton is basically an in-archetype Maple or Combine Rusher for Youthberk. So it says that when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard Youthberk in his name is placed only in the right phase, if you do not have a rearguard in the same name as him on your rearguard circle, you get to call him from the drop for Fullblast 1. So, Youthberk is the deck that has infinite soul because of Corino, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You basically have an infinite infinite calling rearguard, you can keep getting back. And
so
if
for those of you who don't know who Corino is, we're referring to
Corino is the very important grade 1. You don't own this card, don't
play the deck. You physically cannot play Youthberk without this card. Yes, okay? It's not possible.
Then it says that Rearguard Circle or Guardian Circle continuous if you have a Vanguard with Youthberk in his name. Youth in his name. It doesn't even Youthberk. Actually, you need grade 3 or greater Vanguard Youthberk in his name. It gains 5k power. And if you have it gains 5k power, 5k shield. Then if your bind zone has a card with Youthberk in his card name, then it gains an additional 5k power. So it's a 15k power beat stick, 10k shield, and then after turn 3, it's a 20k attacker, 10k shield.
So it's even better than Marauding Shade.
I mean, Marauding Shade is 50k shield also.
Yeah, but he has to kill himself,
True.
Kill himself. Yeah. This guy doesn't kill himself. In fact, he brings himself back, so he's even better.
Yeah. So he is very strong because Rebuild is the guy that has very huge difficulties calling back board. So now that you get a rearguard just for personal riding, it's pretty good. Okay, now we go to the actual main style.
You don't want to tell them about the number why it matters?
The 20k?
Yeah.
I mean, 20k. I mean, no, okay. So the 15k is not the best because especially if you go it's 15k going first, but it's still also 15k going second. So it's automatically just a worse number than your Gelatin and your default previously. But 15k going second, you give up some of the going second just to have a much stronger board presence, and then you have to worry about building board less, so you're less reliant on the Nebula Knight Soldier. Yeah, so not bad. It's magic number going first, and it's pretty shit going second. But it's okay. And now you go to the main star of the show, which is Etnifet. So Etnifet is the triple rare for this set for Youthberk, and the best part about him is that basically all of these effects are live. Almost all the effects are live as soon as you play him on turn 2. So he says that when he's placed, if you have a Vanguard with Youth in his name, yeah, so Youth is the entire right line. So basically like the whole right line is Youth.
Yeah.
So you can use him. And he says that counter +1. Yeah, look at the top 7 cards of your deck and you reveal up to 1 card from among them, and then depending on what the card is, you get to do the following. So if it is a card with Youthberk in its name, you put it into your hand, so that counts your Persona right as well as your Exist and any other Rebel form that you play, but mainly you're going to be playing Exist. And if it is a card that is grade or equal to or lower than your Vanguard, you get to call it to an open rearguard circle. So don't be like the guy on at WGP Tokyo and call it to an occupied rearguard circle. You can only call to an open rearguard circle. And then the second skill is that when he attacks, it's a +1, and this unit gets power +5k for each card with Youthberk in its card name on both your Vanguard circle and your bind zone. So on the first turn, it will only be +5 because realistically it's very hard to get a Youthberk in the bind zone before turn 3. Before turn 4. And then every turn after that, it just keeps increasing by 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 because you have increasing more numbers of rebel forms in your bind zone. Yeah, so it's 20k attacker after that, but just the same as Belly Stun. It's the same problem that you basically give out a lot of your going second plus 10k for much better plus going first 15k attacker. But mainly the grade 2 game part is the reason why this card is very good, and you'll probably be used in Youthberk for until the day he dies.
All the format reboots.
Yes.
Now, we have to put a segment here because I am very sure at least one person is going to comment it first. So before we move on, yes, you can play this in Fullblast. This one can be played in Fullblast. You will not play this one in Fullblast, right?
No.
You won't. But you can absolutely play any Fed in Fullblast. Why? It's pretty obvious why, right? CB1, top 7, do whatever you want. Either add a Revel form or Youthberk to hand, or just call a Grade 2 less card. That's just everything in the deck, right? So you would never not play this card in Fullblast. Just bear in mind CB usage, right? Because that tends to be a bit more difficult in the Youthberk Fullblast deck. But for those of you who are interested in winning, let's go back to Exist. So our right deck for the Exist deck is going to be exactly the same as the previous video. So again, we're not going to explain any of the skills here unless it's a new interaction, because very frankly the list barely changes, but we know most Youthberk players don't deck build / think. So we are just going to give you the whole list so you can go have fun. Okay, but realistically the skills are exactly the same. If you don't know them, please just check the link in the description. We cover the whole deck in there already. We don't want to repeat because it is the same skill. Like there is no part of this skill that's changed. So yeah, and then for the grade 3s, we play
3 Persona to activate Belly Stun, and also because Persona is very strong.
We still play 1 Tempest. Tempest is still absolutely needed as 1 safety net. You don't need more than that.
Yeah.
Right, but you know, I mean, if you want to be ballsy against, you know, Prison and say I don't care about anybody, then sure. But we do recommend you just carry 1 Tempest. It's not gonna hurt you. For Exist, this is still your win con of the deck, no matter what. Exist, you know, when he Revel forms, when Revel dresses, you EB3, choose one of your regards and stand it. And then after that, the front row gives 10. And if you have a Revel form in your bind zone, it's 20 instead of 10. And if it's the same name, that means Revel form exists already bind, you can crit as well. So basically, just do Exist twice in a row and you win. There is no genius here, there is no intellectual strategy. Just put the yellow card on the red circle and you win. Twice. Thus, rebuild. And then of course the last skill is just to swap it back to the original. Yeah. And then Fullblast though. Not Fullblast, sorry. Exist.
So rebuild and then rebuild or bind the Revel form.
Yeah. So that's how you set up into the bind zone.
Yes.
And last but not least, we obviously play 4 Nebula Knights Order. This one is a no-brainer. If you've watched any of our Keter Sanctuary videos for the past few months, you will know you need to play this in this deck the most, because this deck has a lot of discard synergy, just like LIL. So yeah, you just discard this and, you know, get a free guy. And you both love free guys, right? You guys love guys, that's why you're playing this deck. The rest of the deck is also pretty simple, as you will see. So this is the spicy one. For grade 2s, we play 2 copies of default. Just 2. 1 twin cast, this deck still needs defense. 3 copies of this guy.
Belly Stun, yeah.
Belly Stun. So Belly Stun checks for the same name, right? On the regular circle.
No, yeah, it checks for the same. So it's like Maple.
You only need like 2 to 3 in the deck.
Yes.
So we're playing 3 to be safe, but you can play 2. For any Fed, you know, if Jesus tells you can do whatever you want, just do it. Just do it. No consequence.
Okay, realistically, the default slot, honestly, you can swap it for Maple, like both the grade 2 and the grade 1 Maple. So you can have, so you can not only you can have Belly Stun, but you can also have another rear guard that can come back as soon as you persona, right? But
Which is a fully
realistically,
board.
because you want to have quality rear guards on the rear guard circle rather than just bodies for the sake of having bodies, that's why I don't really play. Maple, that's why I rather just still have the order combo with default plus the Nebula Nice order.
That's fine.
And basically, if a grade 2 is very self-explanatory, just need any guys that gain power and call stuff on the board, then that's basically it.
Yep, and then grade 1s, obviously, you feel 4 perfect guards, we want to stay alive, 2 break the rock, 4 Cell Gown, what does he do? And then last but not least, for Corino. Corino, again, like I mentioned at the start of the video, you absolutely need this card. If you don't own Corino, you cannot play Youthberk. This basically helps sure
you only search for any
search for Tempest, which is why we only play 1, or the more natural and human response, just Tempest. No, this is not Tempest. Just exist them until they cease to exist.
Yeah,
so,
and you have so many more Fullblast outlets in this deck now that now it's very easy to use.
Very easy.
Yes.
So yeah. Again, this deck really builds itself and is not complicated at all. So please check the link description if you would like to watch the full explanation, because this is not that. Last but not least, 5, 6, 7, 8 crits, and then we play 2-2 heal split. Again, we're playing this heal to stop prison. Yeah, but good luck stopping Felty Rosa. 3 effect fronts. Youthberk does not care about soul. We need hand. That's why I'm playing twin costs, and that's why I need shield. Youthberk is a very fragile deck, just like the fragile egos of most Youthberk players. But realistically speaking, you need to survive to turn 4.
Yes.
So whatever it takes, you need to survive to turn 4. Because after turn 4, your opponent should cease to exist. If not, you are dead. Ido's Farah because of the 9 crit. Again, there is no special sauce. I wish I could tell you more. There's nothing to say. And that wraps us up for the Youthberk update for DZBT11.
Yes.
Really, while showing you the ratio and whatnot, see how easy it is to build this deck, and more dangerously, the strength of these two. I wish I could show this off in a battles video, very frankly, but I don't even want to, because it's going to be a non-zero game. You just open this guy on turn 2, have this guy in the drop zone, the game's solved, right? Just use this, find whatever you want, and then the whole board just comes live, and then you just throw a bunch of dogs at your opponents, and then you just discard this guy, and then you just ensure that, the piss goes inside you, and if you don't want the piss inside you, just put the green algae inside you, and then you just win. There is no strategy. The card grows yellow, you just put it down. It is Master Duel. It is the highest form of dueling, and if you want to be a master at that, frankly, playing a deck like Youthberk is absolutely the answer, because it's just that simple. But again, as with everybody, if you do, get slowed down by a few multiple defensives, or if your opponent is, spamming a high lot of shield, then yeah, you will die to prison. But like, everyone dies to prison at this point, so yeah, that's really about it. Any words from you though, since you played this deck to great success recently competitively? What do you think?
Just find a Nebula Nice order. Everything else will come naturally after this one discard folder. That's all you need. Generally,
so it's just a 1-card starter?
Yeah.
1-card starter, 4-hand.
I mean, it's more so, it's not just a 1-card starter. It's because the deck likes to discard so much. That's why it feels so nice to play this order.
True.
It's like they literally, it's like the fact that Sirius is on this order. It's like she's just a freaking poser, bro. Like it feels like it's meant for you, but it's the stupidest part is that it feels so natural to play in Berk. That's like the fact that it's supposed to be for Nebula. I just feel so wrong.
Well, time for Youth Quick.
Soon.
Do you get the joke?
Yes, I get
Youth Quick. Youth Quick. Among
DZBT11. Surely you will get support.
Oh, it's kind of real.
Dear Kidani, please print the Platina SO Searcher in DZBT12. And I may not come approach you at Christmas. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
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 Oh, who are you?